Hi everyone, so this is my second video I'm making today. It's just a little topic that I would like to talk about, and I'm going to be making a makeup look as well that my sister asked me to create because she wants me to do it for her one day. Basically a nice purple eye look, and in this video I just want to be discussing about motherhood, because I feel like it doesn't really get spoken about a lot, and I just want to talk about like how it's changed my life personally, my opinions on it. And yeah, so for me, the day I had my daughter, everything just changed for me. It changed in many ways, like to the point where I'm not being called by my name anymore, I'm being called mum, and that is by the nurses as well. And because I had an emergency C-section, I didn't have like that whole like reality of your child being given to you like after you've just birthed them and things like that, because I was put to sleep because I just freaked out. To be honest with you guys, I just freaked out and I was put to sleep, so I missed that beautiful part that everyone gets to experience. Obviously not everybody, some people have probably had the same scenario as me, but yeah. And for me, it's just like, I feel like the hardest thing for me coming into motherhood for the first time, first of all, is postpartum depression. So I ended up with postpartum depression, and when I tell you, I would never ever wish it on anybody. That for me like was very hard, and honestly I've only just literally now stopped feeling those feelings. It was awful. I felt like a complete different person. I was so emotional all the time, and yeah, but I'm not really gonna go into it too much, but let's just say like it's not nice to feel. I really do feel for those mums out there who go through this situation. It's very hard and it's not nice whatsoever. Now, the second thing I would like to talk about is judgments. Now for me, and I know a lot of other mums out there, especially young mums, we get judged 24/7, literally all the time, and I absolutely hate it, because just because I am a young mother, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I am not able to look after my child. It doesn't mean that I am less experienced than you. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you might have more experience than me, but it doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm doing with my child. Do you get what I mean? And it's come to the point before, like, I am a person who is quite chill when it comes to speaking to professionals about my child or whatever, and it's come to a point where I have literally had arguments with people because like they judge me for who I am as a mother, and they don't know me, they don't know what I do with my child, they don't know how I parent, nothing. There was basically a time when, I'm not going to go too deep, but my daughter was ill, and the woman was basically saying that she wanted to talk to someone more mature, because basically what it was is that she was asking me to check her, like, some things. They do some checks over the phone, like on before you go to A&E or whatever to get checked over, or go doctors or whatever. And because I couldn't understand what she was saying, because I find it hard to understand people sometimes, she was like, do you have another adult in the house, like a more mature person and things like that? And like I said to her, like, I'm 20 years old, right? This is my child, and she should be explaining things to me properly. Do you know what I mean? Just because I didn't understand what she was saying, it does not make me unable to look after my daughter. It doesn't make me less mature than what she is. It's just that I'm not understanding you. People understand things in different ways, so you get what I'm saying. So that to me triggered me, and that's when I had an argument with someone. I can't remember everything in detail because it was a while ago, but like things like that really triggers me. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much. Young mums get judged so much because we're young. Everyone thinks, yeah, we're older, we know more than you. Yes, in some ways you know more than us, but we could know things that you don't know. Do you know what I mean? Everyone learns something new or something different every single day. You know what I mean? And that judgments is the biggest thing for me. Because I had postpartum depression, that really hit me a lot because of that. I was, like I said, I was very emotional, and I used to take it to heart a lot, whereas like over time I just let it go in one ear and out of the other. Because honestly guys, and all to my young mums out there, like, you're gonna get this all your life. You're gonna get judgments thrown at you left, right and centre, and you just have to let it go in one ear and out the other. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously I'm not rude if someone gives me advice, or if it's not actual judgment, I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you, I would take that into consideration. Do you know what I mean? If it's something genuine, or you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna get too into it because it just gets me angry. But yeah, I feel like I just need to get my palette. Hold on guys. I feel like people need to be a bit more considerate of maybe, like, well, not just first time mums, but any mum's feelings, because you don't know what people go through in their lives, like how sensitive people are for whatever reason. They could be going through some stuff. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, like, because I was going through a lot at that specific time as well, when I did have a bit of a disagreement on the phone with that woman, it just made things 100 times worse for me. And I'm not that person. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the postpartum depression changed me as a person. I honestly, only now I'm back to who I am. It's taken me like a year just to feel better. It's crazy. But that's another thing. And I feel like it's just a whole new world. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna go over dark purple, by the way, on the eyelid, because it's a purple look that my sister wanted me to create. I just really feel like it's a whole new world. It's completely a whole new world. Like, my life changed so much, and people say to you, oh yeah, your life changed so much or whatever. You just think to yourself, yeah, I know, because you think they're referring to the baby. But let me tell you, when your life actually does change that much, it changes a lot, to the point where you find out who generally cares about you and your child, or children, or family, whatever situation you're in. Like, you find out who's real, who's fake. You literally find out everything. And honestly, in a way, I'm glad that it's kind of happened that way, so that I like know who is real to us and who isn't. But then at the same time, it's very shocking to see who says they're there for you and they're not. Do you know what I mean? It's just quite hard. But just going with a light purple now, just above what I've done there, like up into the crease, up by my brow bone. So we're gonna do that and lighten it up. Yeah, so that is another scenario. I would just say this is a personal thing for me. I'm not sure if other mums do feel like this, but because I have anxiety, when it has come to like having friends and stuff, it's like I obviously I want to hang around with my friends who don't have kids as well, because obviously it doesn't matter if they don't have kids. But for me, there was a time when I only felt comfortable hanging around with people who already have kids, because I was so anxious and I felt like they truly and deeply understood how I felt. So that's how I felt at the time, but now I don't feel like that anymore. But back then it was just really, really difficult, to be honest with you. It was very difficult. So yeah, it was difficult. I'm just thinking, I don't know, because I'm not really into these like looks. Like, they're kind of like, I feel like what people used to do back then. I like doing a crease. So my sister, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I'll show you my way of doing this. I'll make it easy for you. So just putting some concealer on my eyelid, not above it. And just get a flat brush like this and just blend it out. Yeah, so as I was saying, I feel like motherhood is a completely different world, and I feel like you're looked at differently by everyone as well. Back to the judgment side, I feel like people look at you and think, oh yeah, oh my god, she's got a kid or whatever now. It's like they just label you as this specific person, that's it, do you know what I mean? And it's like, as soon as you have a child or people find out, everyone likes to talk about you. People say like, I don't know, it's just a thing where people think, oh my god, she's pregnant, da, 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 da. People talk about you. That's why I hid my pregnancy for a long time, I'm not gonna lie, because I just felt like it was kind of a shock to me as a young mother and a young person who's obviously, this is my first child. I wanted to process everything because my life was gonna change dramatically, and that's why I didn't want to like tell everyone until I was ready. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I did that, because like I said, with the postpartum depression, it wasn't good at all. So yeah, but anyways, this, it's not a proper cut crease, but it's just lightened up the lid for this look. I would say for the look to get like a darker purple again, and go right into the inner corner, outer corners, and build it back up into the crease. So just dabbing it on the end like that by the eyelid and putting it up here. Do you see? So just blending it now. It's a case of just blending. But yeah, what have I covered? Judgments is a big one. Oh, this one gets people so mad, and I'm one of those people. So when you have a newborn baby, everyone's like, oh yeah, the baby, da 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 da. You're like, yeah, baby this, baby that. But what really agitates me is the fact that you've just had this baby. People want to kiss your baby, people want to hold your baby, da, da, da. I didn't mind people holding my child, but when random people would, like, you know, touch the face, no, I'm sorry, please do not do that. First of all, when I had her, COVID was at its highest, so I was like, do you know what I mean? Like, but I was stuck in a situation where I didn't even know how to say please don't do that, because I was so nervous. And it come to the point where like I would go out with like my partner or my mum, and then they'd say like, you know, she's a baby, you can't be touching her like that, do you know what I mean? Because she's young, and obviously COVID and everything. I was just such a nervous person. I don't even know why. Like, it makes me sound bad a little bit, but you know, like, it was just hard. And yeah, it was just really hard. I feel like your life changes so dramatically, But yeah, so now concealer, flat brush, neaten up the end, so like this, like that, going up to give it that lifted look. I need a little bit more concealer just to get that done, but yeah, things like that really frustrate me. And no one really talks about like how lonely you get as well after you've had a child. Like even now, it's like, yeah, okay, people have their own lives, people work, people have kids, people have got things to do, but it's like you feel so alone. And yeah, it's just so lonely. Like when I was told about to go to those baby groups and all that, I was just like, do I really want to go there? Like I was so scared. And honestly, I'm so glad that I did, because my little girl loves them, the sessions. Like this week, bonfire night is coming up tomorrow. I made a little firework picture, but I obviously put her on my lap to just show her like, oh yeah, look, this is what we're doing. And like I tried to include her in everything, because she's still young, so she couldn't do everything, but she like had a feel of the glitter, playing with other children. It's honestly lovely, and I regret not doing it sooner, because you meet other mums, you build relationships with people, and it's just a lot better. Do you know what I mean? So much better, because my partner works a lot as well, so having those times where I can just like go out with her, let her bond with other children, let her like join in with playing and stuff, it's really nice. So yeah, I really do enjoy that. Back to the makeup. When you get to this point, you can just put on some mascara, or you can put on some lashes. So because I'm not actually doing a whole look, I'm just going to put on some mascara. Normally I would put on a little bit of glitter in the inner corners, some mascara, some eyeliner on the lash line, and some eyelashes, because I want the eyelashes to blend in with the liner. But for now it's just mascara. But this is something that I wanted to talk about for a long time, but my YouTube is not going to be about like mum content. I do like, sometimes, not all the time, I do like little day in the lives or mini vlogs on my TikTok. It's called It's Kellyanne01. You should see it in my intro. I can write it in the description as well. But yeah, like for me, like motherhood, it was a very big adjustment to my life, and there's just things that like you don't even know, and things that you don't expect. Like for me, for example, after having her, I didn't know, like, it sounds so stupid, but I didn't know how to make a bottle properly. Like I obviously knew how to do it, but I wasn't making it right. When it came to weaning, I had no idea what to give her first of all. But just to give you mums some tips out there, oh yeah, so this is the look, by the way, so that's that done. So there you go, Tasha. I hope that you can learn from that. But yeah, like, what was I saying now? Just to give you guys some tips, like I used to go to Lidl, I still do go to Lidl, like to get some baby food, and it literally tells you on there it's either 4+ food, because my daughter started from 4 months, I'm not gonna lie, 6 months, 7, and I think you got 9 and 12. But it tells you on each packet what it's for specifically. And I think with my daughter, I started her with like I think they were called fruit medley fruit custards, because she wouldn't really want the breakfast ones. She just wanted that to start off with, but she wanted food, she was more hungry, so that's how I started her with that. There's loads of different things that you can go into. I did do on my TikTok, there's a video, if any of you mums that are watching want to look at it, there's a video on my TikTok when I went to Lidl, a day in the life mini vlog, and it shows you guys like some ideas, some baby weaning ideas, what I've got for her. Obviously she's a year old now, but back then, probably about 7-8 months, I'm not sure, so don't take that like 100% because I don't know, but there's that as well. Yeah, I just feel like you get judged a lot by everyone, and it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. It's not an easy job. It's probably one of the hardest jobs in the world. Do you know what I mean? But they're worth it. Do you know what I mean? They're so worth it. And yeah, I feel like that's what I pretty much wanted to cover. And yeah, that's it really. Just motherhood is mad, it's crazy, it's amazing, it's scary. They scare the life out of you, but they're worth it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also comment below any videos that you would want me to do, or you guys can send me pictures on my social media, like any eye looks you want me to do, makeup looks, any topics you want me to cover, anything really, and just let me know.